Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we're going to be doing a bit of dub reggae. We're going to be using the new Outer Space from Audio Thing because it's perfect for this kind of thing. We're going to be using Reggae Drummer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this project, right? We've got some iFretless bass, some organ, some brass. I'm going to play the project and then I'm going to create a brand new project using the same technique as this. So if you're a dub reggae expert, then, you know, all of this is going to be dead obvious to you and you'll be going, well, it's, you know, you could do it like this, do it like that. But the point is to show people the kind of thing you can do without a space, other effects and stuff. Also on the main channel, if I scroll along here, I have a Nembrini doubler here, and this is going to add, but at the moment it's turned off, so I'll turn that on shortly to give you an idea of that kind of thing. It's all about width, stereo, stuff like this. So we'll just quickly play through this project and then we'll create a new one from scratch using the same technique I used. Okay, so you get the idea. Sounds really nice. Well, I think it does. And some of it's a bit over the top for this particular demo because I wanted to get the effects in and stuff like that. I think you'll agree the Nembrini doubler makes a big difference to the actual overall stereo space of the track. Right, okay, let's do this. First of all, I'm going to go into my media bay in Cubasis and I'm going to go into the audio section. I'm going to go into my audio files and you see I've got some folders in here already. This was the original track. I exported the whole thing from Reggae Drummer. So this is all the complete track sort of thing. And then I exported the stems. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So there's 8 stems there, but 2 of these stems don't have anything in them. But I'm going to show you this as well, so it'll all become obvious. Okay, so I want to create a new folder inside my audio files. And there's a reason I'm going to do this, which will become obvious in a moment. So create new folder. I'm just going to call this Reggae Stems 2. Okay, so I know where I'm going to put my files. So click OK, no items in there, that's fine. So let's close this. So first of all, let's go and check out Reggae Drummer. So it is Reggae Drummer from Lumbeat, and this is the pattern that I used, which is called 1 drop 16th. Let's change the pattern up. Let's go say Reggae half, make sure I'm on nothing there. So I want 4 before. I'm going to do this one. Maybe change the kit. I'm going to look at the full mix here and you'll see there's nothing in here, nothing in one. So I'm going to put a few in here as well. Put a few in this one. And some in this snares. Put another one of them in. I'm going to make sure my jam effects are turned down, so I don't need any of these coming on. Hit the jam intensity up. Okay, awesome. So that's actually going to be fine for this. So when you've got a pattern you like, and you can use any of them, right, but it's nice to make your own or choose your own kit and sound in Reggae Drummer. All we're going to do now is go to here, where you can see this little arrow pointing up. And what's cool now is we can export the audio. We can also export the MIDI, have an end bar setup, which I'm not going to bother doing. Full mix. I'm going to go multi-track. So it's going to export those 8 tracks individually. And then we can set the bar length pretty much to, you know, we don't have to stop at 16. We can go on and on, make a complete song's worth. However, for the purposes of the video, let's make it 16 bars. And then we're going to hit export. Now, this is going to take a few seconds because I'm exporting 8 audio tracks. So I'm going to start it off and you'll see exporting track 1 here and you'll see it tracking along here. So you obviously don't want to sit here and watch this. So there'll be a cut here. And then when it's finished, I'll show you what else I'll show you what happens just before it gets to the end. And here we are back as it's exporting track 8. Now you can do this with all the Lumbee drummers as well, by the way. So like I said, you could choose audio, MIDI, how many bars you want. Here we go. So we've exported this now and you'll get this pop up here. I am going to go save to files, right? And then I'm going to go on my iPad because that is where Cubasis's folder is, Cubasis 3. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to go into audio, because you've got your MIDI, your instruments, your effects, etc., your mix downs. I'm going to go into audio. I'm going to go my audio files here, and you'll see Reggae Stems 2 is the folder that we created. Now, you could put in the BPM as well, but I think it's still at 100 BPM, so that's absolutely fine. We don't need to change that. And you can also stretch the audio in Cubasis anyway. So let's open this here. It says folder and empty. We'll just go save. And it'll export all those tracks. So let's jump back into Cubasis. So we're back at our project, our original project we started. So we go to media now. I am going to go with projects, create new project, and let's just call this Reggae Dub 2. Okay, create. So it's created a blank project. Now we can go and check in our media bay, in our audio now, and go to my audio files and Reggae Stems 2. There's a folder in there, okay? And if we these are all our stems for our track. So all we need to do is create some audio tracks. So let's just delete those, add audio, and then we'll just duplicate this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we have 8 audio tracks. And we can start dropping our stems on here now. So we'll go to media. We'll go 1 here. Don't worry about the time yet. We'll fix that in a sec. So there it is. We'll set this to our 100 BPM, which is what it was. And we should have, theoretically, 16 bars of this. We'll do that. Should be right. Actually, let's listen. Yeah, it's going to record a tail. Brilliant. So it gives you a tail as well, which is always handy to have because you might have effects. Right, let's just set our thing here. Okay. And let's carry on dropping our media in. So number 2, we stick here. Number 3, stick on here. Where is it? Pick it up. Number 7 and number 8. Okay, cool. Let's just close this. Let's have a look now. So now we already have our tracks length set correctly, and so it's going to loop around. So when I play this now, we should get that full track. Awesome. Great stuff. And you'll notice that there's no effects on it. Now, what you could do, of course, is either cut this MIDI or drag it in to make it more pleasing to the eye, or so you can duplicate. Okay, don't cut at this point. I'll tell you why, because if you cut, you lose the tails, and you don't want that, because if you duplicate this, you'll be able to drag those tails out again. So let's just set all this to thing. I'll just put this on bars, make it easier. And in fact, I think if we go with select, let's just unselect this one. Go with select all, we can probably drag all of them in as well. Right, okay, so let's put this back on. So good practice, right? Let's get this so we can see our solos and mutes. Let's solo this and see what's occurring. So track 2, I'm going to put in a outer space here. I'm going to go with insert effects, tap to add an effect, audio unit. They're going to find it down here. There it is, outer space. And what I did with the hi-hats for this, right? So if I play this now, it's going to be quite... I mean, it sounds okay, but I think I'm going to switch this to just reverb. I'm going to send the EQ to the reverb. Okay, I think that sounds okay. So if we... kick. We'll put some dub type echoes on here. So again, we'll just go into audio units, find the effect. Put a bit of wow flutter and a bit of variable speed. Put it onto old. Let's have soft clip on and preamp emphasis. Okay. Bit on there as well. Now what you can do is, let me explain this, is rename all the tracks so you know what's what. I did that in the last one, but I won't do it now because it's time consuming. You don't need to see that. You know how to do that, right? Tap on here. If you want to rename a track, you tap on this header here and you can call it anything you like. For example, you could just call this Tom's Lower something and hit OK, and then we can apply some effect. But what you can also do, for example, is you could duplicate this. So let's move this just up a little bit so we can see what's going on. So we put that there. You could go, right, okay, I'm going to select this. I'm going to duplicate it so it's exactly the same, and it will have our effects on when we put it. But we want different effects. So what we could do is say we split this and split this. So let's select both. Choose a split point. I halfway through will do for this. But if you want to be more accurate, you could say, well, let's split it there. Okay, we'll just hit split. And we'll take out this first part on this one. So we'll just erase, and we'll take out this on this one, and we'll hit erase. And now we can apply a different effect to the same tom track because we split it. So let's go say tom's low, the first part, and add our effect again, audio unit. And once you scroll down trying to find it, you can open it. And this time, to hear the effect, what we'll do is long hold on the clip, which will center the loop points around this area here. We'll hit solo and open this up, just choose an effect. Okay, and then we could go to this one here, solo this, focus it, focus the loop, and let's put a different effect on this first half. But you can get accurate by just taking one slice of like one snare and applying the effect. The idea here is just to show you what you can do. Just making a few adjustments. Let's put a bit of very speed. Okay, so now let's focus here. That's it. So and on you go, adding the effect to the drums. Now, like I said, if we go into our mixer now, if you've got some sort of doubling effect, if we go into our track, I'm going to put the Nembrini doubler back on here as well. So I'm just going to go and find that. Okay, there is. So I'm just going to add this, close this, and this, I'll use the default patch and then play around with it a little bit. So we'll turn it off and have a listen. Put it on. See, it spreads the signal, but only very slightly. You can control what's going on here. You can watch on the output. Have slight pitch variations. You can also sum it all into mono, but that defeats the object. So I'm not going to go much further, but I will add one more MIDI track here, and I will just open it up and choose something from Halley and Sonic. I will go into organ. Okay, so we'll use that sound. We'll take the effects off that. Okay, cool beans. And we shall apply a outer space to that as well. And now we can play around. So I mean, that's a really good dubby type sound anyway, but we can, let's change the head configuration here. Pan it a little bit. We got 1 and 2, so bit more. Bit of wah and flutter. Oh. Perfect now. That might be nice. Let's give it some soft clip. We can leave the oversampling on 116. And I'll close the microphone and jam around with the track, see how it sounds. So you get the idea. That's how you do it, basically. And then you can add your basses, your brass. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Please consider becoming a Patreon. I will play you out with the original one we had. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra.